OGTV 45 tapping in. Today I have to reiterate that my pro-delineation and pro-deportation positions are not rooted in hatred nor xenophobia. They're rooted in political awareness. Sadly, too many of our people are not politically aware. That's why we still have FBAs caping for these immigrants and protesting against ICE.
What I do want to talk about is the Black Americans who literally stomp so hard for immigrant policies, way harder than they would go for themselves and their own policies. For them, it's food stamps is enough. Childhood, early education vouchers are enough. Section 8 is enough. All of that is enough. But don't deport the immigrants. That's so wrong. Oh my God. They're literally willing to trade places with you. They literally are willing to completely erase you, but you do whatever it takes to save them before you save yourself.
Today we stand in solidarity with the immigrants. We pulled up to this detention center back here, and we at Basile at the moment to make the same stance. We trying to hit them hard directly. We understand the struggle because we've been through the struggle with our ancestors and whatnot. So we stand in solidarity with them to let them know that they're not alone, and everybody ain't trying to kick them out. When it comes to the immigrants, they really want to have them to a place where they know nobody can come and show them any kind of support.
We're saying ICE to the Department of Homeland Security, Donald Trump, Jeff Landry, you are not welcome here.
We don't support ICE coming to our campuses, coming to our community, coming to our cities, and saying, and taking our neighbors, our friends, our classmates off the street.
It saddens me to see Black American men walking the face of this earth with the mind of a liberal YT woman and not even realizing they have the mind of a liberal YT woman. In this game called life, self-preservation trumps everything. We live in a dog-eat-dog world. If you are afraid to attack another dog, you are not going to survive. This is not just about race. This is a race. And there is no trophy for third place. Second place, you got a shot. Look at how the numbers have turned from 1990 to 2025. 1990, we were in second place. 2025, we're in third. This is why that matters. Second place is the swing vote. When the two opposing YT parties, the liberals and the conservatives, are at a dead heat, they need the next biggest party to swing the election in their favor. When we're the second biggest group, we have bargaining power. Now we can say we're voting with whoever is giving us something tangible. We as a people, the majority of us, are going to vote with whichever party has something on the table for us. We are no longer able to do that if we're in third place. As you can see, Kamala Harris just got 92% of the Black female vote, and it didn't even move the needle. She still got crushed by a landslide. You all don't understand the importance of the numbers. We are Planned Parenthood's #1 customer. That was by design. Now they have our minds so twisted we're fighting to remain Planned Parenthood's #1 customer when the only reason Planned Parenthood is in our neighborhood is so we don't catch up to their numbers. But when you look at the numbers, you see every other minority group has damn near doubled or has doubled since 1990. We've only grown 2%. That is by design. So the fact that any Black American is fighting to keep immigrants here, illegal immigrants who are allowed to vote, who have voting power, you're fighting to keep them here. It's insane. It's like you're fighting to erase your own people off the face of the earth.
The immigrants are here for three main reasons. Number one, to replace us at the polls, even though they're not citizens in many jurisdictions due to election fraud. If you have a work permit you can damn sure get a voting permit. You follow me? So one of the reasons Joe Biden brought them in here is to aid them at the polls. So they're here to replace us at the polls. They're here to replace us in the labor market. They're going to take all of the low industry jobs, your Walmart, your McDonald's, your grass cutters, your floor sweepers. They're going to take all that, so it won't be none left for blacks.
They started taking them already.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just when people were starting to hire blacks, they hired all these Cubans instead. And so I remember Dorothy Fields saying we went from second class to third class citizens overnight, and I think that's very well said.
We have become third class citizens. This is why I'm not up here talking about the YT people every day. Because the nigga in third place ain't got no business talking about the nigga in first place. He got to catch the nigga in second place first. We're in third place. So the focus is on second place. These immigrants, ICE, come get their ass. Let me put it in subtitles for you real quick. I'm going to dress it up like war. Say another country launched missiles at us. What do? A, intercept the missiles from out the air so they don't attack our country and hurt our people and our families? Or B, go to the other country where they launched the missiles from and kick the ass of the people who launched the missiles? I think it's clear. You get A. You get the clear and present threat. We know that the YT people launched the immigrant missiles. We know that. But we can't go get the YT people while the immigrant missiles is in the air. We have to intercept the missiles and make sure they don't hit us and hurt our neighborhoods and our homes and our families.
Across this app, I keep seeing people ask Black Americans, what have immigrants ever done to you? So here's the truth, because we are not going to keep pretending immigrants are automatically innocent just because supremacy is the bigger villain. Yes, immigration has caused harm to the Black American community. Not every immigrant, not only immigrant, and not always with intent, but measurable harm has happened. Economically, many employers have chosen immigrant labor at lower wages instead of hiring Black workers at fair wages. That choice has reduced opportunities for Black workers in the job sectors where we have historically been concentrated. That is a harm. Politically, as immigrant populations grew, major parties shifted their promises, their attention, and resources toward new voting blocs. The Black agenda has been repeatedly deprioritized as politicians calculate numbers rather than loyalty. That is harm. Culturally, Black American creativity has been used globally as a resource, while Black Americans are erased as origin. At the same time, many immigrants adopt negative stereotypes about Black Americans when they arrive because they learn quickly that distancing from us provides social benefits in this system. That is a harm. Geographically, the pattern is the same across multiple cities. Long-standing Black neighborhoods lost their population share and cultural control as new communities with greater economic leverage moved in. Gentrification and repopulation, and both resulted in Black displacement. That is a harm. Socially, immigrants did not enter a neutral landscape. They entered a country with an existing racial order that rewards those who rise above Black Americans, whether conscious or not. Many participated in that reward structure. That is a harm. And the only reason this conversation is treated like a taboo is because Black Americans are allowed to blame supremacy, but not allowed to acknowledge lateral harm from anyone else. We are allowed to hurt. We are just not allowed to name who contributed to the harm unless the answer is people. That is not hate. That is not xenophobia. That is not jealousy. It is displacement layered on top of sacrifice. Black Americans built what we built under terror and brutality, and everyone else arrived and benefited from that foundation. And when we say protect our share, protect our identity, protect our cultural space, we are told We do not get to decide. That is a harm. No one is asking immigrants to leave this country. Well, some people are, but I'm not. Not all of us are. No one is asking immigrants to undo history or carry guilt for what they didn't personally do. What is being asked, and has always been asked, is simple. Acknowledge the part you play in continuing the harm, whether you meant to or not. This has always been about accountability and acknowledgement. If accountability feels like an attack, ask yourself why you're willing to abandon being the harmed class in your own country just to become part of the system that harms us in this one.
Now, I know Sister Audie D said it better than I said it. That's why I put her up there. But we saying the same goddamn thing. Black Americans, toughen up. Grow some nuts. Stop being so goddamn tender. Stop worrying about how everybody feel, how they gonna look at you, what they gonna think about you. You better start thinking about us before it ain't no us no more. And stop tricking yourself into believing that these people that they deporting was gonna be our allies and they was gonna stand side by side with us and go against Bro, how long they been here? When have they ever stood side by side with us? When have they ever fought for our cause? When have they ever came up here and prioritized reparations for descendants of Black American slaves? Not one single group. If they got any melanin in their skin, they try to wiggle their way in, knowing that they defected from their country and whatever their country had coming they can't get. So it's all about them and their family, not their people. Their people doing what they doing. Africa got African Union, Caribbean got CARICOM. It's not about that. It's not about them not getting no reparations. They defected. They ran. And then you got these other ones over here, they illegal. They don't belong here. They don't supposed to be giving no other group that much power over us. We're people that came here illegally. And you fighting it and keeping it going that way to stay a third-class citizen. A third-class citizen is going to live in a third world here in America. Yeah, because when it come time for people, neighborhoods and schools and roads and all that stuff to get taken care of, it's going to the second class. That's going to be their little bonus for helping whichever side of the first class win their battle between each other. They get thrown them kibbles and bits. What the third class get? Third class don't get shit. You got people out here who've actually convinced themselves, and now they're trying to convince other people that if they get the immigrants out, they're going to put us back in slavery. Like the woman on TikTok, the one who be sounding like she off the vodka.
To divide and conquer this portion of the diaspora, to alienate us from the rest of the Black people on the diaspora and hand us with no protection to the descendants of our ancestors enslavers.
She gotta be off that vodka. Cause ain't no way in hell she's sitting there really believing these same Africans that we watch on the video over in Africa let these white tea folks just slap the dog walking shit out of them and they don't do nothing. She think that they were gonna protect us from them? Like, what's wrong with her? I don't drink alcohol at all. But if I did, I damn sure wouldn't be drinking no vodka. If your Democratic allegiance has you sitting in the house drunk with no man, scared at the world, what I would suggest you do is get a dog and buy you a pew-pew. You don't look like you have no felonies. You can even get you 2 pew-pews. Strategically place them throughout your house. And then pray to whoever your higher power is to protect you and keep you safe. And stop being afraid that the YT people are going to come get you if the immigrants leave, as if they were going to do something to stop them. These people are not going to risk getting sent back to their country for you. Don't be the dumbass nigga that risk getting sent to the penitentiary for them.